Oh, evening, Grunge.
Landlord, I've come for the squire.
Oh, he's over there. Usual place, on the floor.
And Master Roderick?
He's on top of him.
Drunken pigs. Call themselves aristocrats. Where are their airs and graces now, landlord? Where are their fine ways and fancy manners? Crapulent tosspots. And I'm supposed to put them to bed. Dead drunk?
10 bottles.
Come on, squire. Let's get you to a chair. Come on, Red Nose, and sober up. Oh, just look at you. You grog blossom. You wineskin. You bibulous sot. Why don't you drink yourself to death and do us all a favour?
What was that, Grunge?
Just asking how you were, sir.
Tolerably well. Apart from a painful bruise on my left buttock.
Oh, must have been where you fell, sir.
Yes. It's sent to Master Roderick, Grunge.
Yes, sir, yes.
How is he?
Oh, he's drunk as a boiled owl,
Oh,
sir.
poor lad. He's drowning his sorrows. Fanny Fowlaker has cast him off and he's lost a fortune.
Another bottle, landlord.
You've had enough, sir.
A box on you, you scurvy knave. You presume to tell a gentleman how to drink.
Patience, Roderick. It's time we were going home.
I wouldn't go home, sir, not tonight.
Why not?
Well, there's the question of the duel, sir.
What duel?
Sir Joshua Fowlaker presents his compliments and says he will attend upon you at 6:30 tomorrow morning on an affair of honour, and that he'll deal with Master Roderick a few minutes later.
Impudent rogue! Let me have him first, father. I'll shoot the ears off the scoundrel. I'll cut him to ribbons.
But Roderick, he's a great duelist. He's the finest shot in 5 counties.
He's killed 7 men in duels, 5 with pistols, 2 with swords.
And they say that 2 more will never walk again.
Will he accept an apology?
No, he says his wife and daughter have been insulted and it can only be wiped out in blood.
Enough. Come, let us eat, drink, and be merry.
For tomorrow we die.
Shut up.
Your servant is right, sir. Death comes to all men. For in life we are surrounded by death, and it hath no season. And when I arrived this evening, I beheld on the roof of the inn an angel, and in his hand he held a flaming sword.
What was that?
An angel with a flaming sword on the roof.
He's a visionary.
No, he's not. Look at him. He's a canting preacher.
No, I'm not so sure. When I came through the streets tonight, I passed a rider astride a pale horse.
A pale horse?
Why do you blanch, Roderick?
Father, the rider of the pale horse is death.
Don't talk to me of death. I just got back from Amsterdam on yesterday's tide, where the pestilence rages and the death carts roll through the streets to the sound of the bellman and the cries of the afflicted.
Yes, well, there you are. And you know what I say? Begone, I'll care, more Madeira. Now, does anyone know a jest? I have one that never fails to set the table in a roar. What did the Bishop of Durham say to the French whore?
Please, I beg you, respect my cloth.
No, that wasn't it. What about you, sailor? Dost thou know it?
No, I think not.
Well, shall I whisper it in thine ear? It will slay thee, I promise you.
I
knew you'd like it. Oh, it's a great jest. Oh, it's a steamer, is it not? It never faileth. Shall I tell thee another one?
Why not? Why be dull? First preacher says in life we're surrounded by...
Faith, I've never seen the jest go so well. He's convulsed.
He's not convulsed. He's dead.
Well, you said he would slay him.
I must have told you particularly well. Oh, to die laughing, what a way to go. What a compliment to me.
It is not your jest that killed him, but the plague.
Plague?
One moment. We can't leave the poor wretch lying here.
Can't we? Well, you don't think I'm going to touch him?
But you already have.
Yes, well... How can we be sure that it is the plague? I mean, knowing this place, it's more likely to be peace pudding. Have you seen the kitchens?
No, but I have some knowledge of medicine, and see, he has the tokens.
Tokens?
Could be the spotted fever, that can kill you.
But he came from Amsterdam, where the pestilence rages. Nope, it is the plague.
Then where are the boils? There's always boils. Show me the boils.
There are no boils because the disease has gone inwards, festering and putrefying and raging like a forest fire until the victim dies, often with a jest on his lips and a glass in his hand.
Oh, my God!
You're a fine-looking lad. Will you not help me carry him to his chamber?
Who, me? No, I'm quite delicate, really. I catch anything that's going, even from a distance.
Well, we can't leave him here with his head in a plate. They say these times bring out the best in men, or the worst. What is it to be with you, brothers?
We are not inhuman, sir, and you will not find us wanting, and we will not leave our brother with his head in a plate. Grunge will carry him to his chamber.
Grunge will not.
You disobey me, Grunge.
Yes.
But Grunge, the contagion is carried on the breath. He isn't breathing.
I've heard it comes from the touch.
I've heard you can even catch it from the privy seat.
No. If it comes from anything, it comes from filth and squalor.
You see, you're probably immune, Grunge.
May I speak, sir?
No, you may not.
Let him speak.
You may speak, Grunge.
Death comes to all men. Prince or pauper, the rich man in his fine house, the poor man in his hovel. Death is a great leveller, and I'm just as likely to pop my clogs as you are.
Then I must seek assistance elsewhere and summon a physician.
But he doesn't need a physician. He's dead.
But we need one for the living, brother. We are all in danger here and must perforce remain, for to go abroad would spread the contagion and infect our good neighbours, and none of us would want that.
Indeed not. Of course.
Goes without saying.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get out of here.
Roderick, the worst thing you can do in a situation like this is to panic.
Father, if you can think of a better time to panic, you tell me. I'm not waiting for the big boils and the blemishes. I'm certainly not hanging about for the putrefying and the festering. Just
Lower your voice, you fool. If anybody finds we've been in contact with this man, we'll be outcast. No one will come near us. We'll be shut up by order of the magistrates and fed through a grill. No, we must leave here unobserved through yonder casement. It leads onto a flat roof and safety. I use it often to avoid the bailiffs. But we must hurry before that canting preacher raises the alarm.
Yes, but how do we reach it?
Well, we'll stand upon Grunge. You go first and I'll follow.
What of Grunge? To stay means almost certain death.
Roderick, it must be obvious to the dullest brain that there is no one here low enough for Grunge to stand upon. A gentleman may stand upon Grunge, but Grunge may not stand upon a gentleman. Ergo, he must remain.
Seems a little harsh.
Well, it may seem harsh, but Grunge understands. He knows his station in life. Now, come, Grunge, bend your shoulder.
You can whistle.
I can what?
Whistle.
Do you disobey me?
No, I've resigned.
I need 3 months' notice for that. Now, come before we're discovered with the body.
I'll be with you in a moment. Everything to your satisfaction, sirs?
Yes.
And you, shipmate? Is the room to your liking?
It's all ship-shape and bristle fashion, me arty.
And did you enjoy your peas pudding?
Put a fresh breeze up me spinnaker and blown out me top gallants, and I'm just ready to...
Wait a moment. He didn't say that.
How do you know?
Because he's got his head in a plate.
Too much grog, I'm afraid. You know what sailors are. I was trying to save him from any embarrassment.
Oh, but he looks dead.
Dead drunk.
Well, we can't have him in here then. Come on, get him out of the way. Give me a hand with him.
Who, me?
Yes, sir, you, sir.
Oh, but I'm not really supposed to lift anything.
It's only across that hole there, sir.
Very well, but quickly then.
Oh. Where are you taking him?
To his room, sir.
Well, have a care. He's died of the plague.
The plague!
Plague!
I've informed the watch and summoned a physician.
Oh, I hope you were circumspect, sir. And we don't want to start a panic. I've got a living to earn.
Exactly. The worst thing we can do is panic.
I was discreet.
Oh, well, I'd better get him out of sight then.
Well, we'll be going now, preacher. We'll bid you adieu.
Well, what about the contagion?
Don't worry, preacher. We'll keep ourselves to ourselves. I've never been much of a mixer.
And I'm painfully shy.
We'll probably go and sit in the middle of a field somewhere. But the most important thing is to get away before the panic starts.
Father!
There's no way out at the back. Even if there were, the streets are full of people. When they heard you were trapped, Father, they lit a great fire, and now no one sleeps.
Poor souls. Do they fear for my life?
I don't think so. They're roasting a pig.
The ingrates! Let this be a lesson to you, Roderick. Where the plague's concerned, you're on your own.
In truth, there's nothing empties a tavern faster than the plague.
This is the Black Death.
Or the raging pestilence.
Or the malignant spotted fever with the purple bits. That gets the feet moving.
Fate is not death I fear if I can face it sword in hand. No. It's this infernal waiting. This is my last night on earth. I want a woman.
Roderick, with your reputation, that's always been difficult. But with the plague, I should think it's nigh on impossible.
But I haven't got the plague. I know I haven't. What are the symptoms again?
Oh, fever, lassitude, and the tokens. Then it takes one of two courses. Quick and peaceful or slow and painful. The quick and peaceful's not always quick, and it's not always peaceful. But the slow and painful, well, it's certainly slow and undeniably painful. On the other hand, you can always recover from the slow and painful. Never recover from the quick and peaceful. So the slow and painful's best. If you can get over the boils.
Where do you get the boils?
Under the armpits.
Oh. No, I'm all right. Ah, Lord of mercy! I have the tokens! See here, one as large as a florin. I'm a dead man.
No, there's another one on the other side. It is your nipple. Roderick, how many times must I tell you not to panic? It really is the worst thing you can do. Grunge panicked.
Where is Grunge?
Over there.
What's he doing?
Look how stuck. He tried to desert us like a rat leaving a sinking ship, and now the tub of lard's wedged in his own bolt hole.
Well, how did he get up there?
He probably jumped. Fear can do that to a man. He's probably covered more distance than a performing flea.
Shouldn't we get him down?
Yes, I suppose so. I'm sick of looking at his fat backside anyway. Roderick! A guinea. He says he was admiring the view. Done.
Yeah. Oh! Ow! Oh, be careful! Oh, no doubt about it. They're a wonderful sight.
What's that?
The stars. There can't be much wrong with a world that has so much beauty in it.
It also has the plague in it.
Oh, the plague.
We thought you were leaving to avoid it.
No, plague doesn't worry me. Not with my abracadabra necklace. Proof against anything. I took it from my father's neck the day he was struck down by the Bristol coach.
A heathen talisman, I spit upon it. No, you can't do better than a rabbit's foot in these circumstances. It's always brought me luck.
Fools, superstitious fools, to put your faith in such trickery. All you need is a simple copper bracelet. Now, that renders me virtually immune from the plague, fever, St. Anthony's fire, and the rising of the tripes.
We've been saying a few prayers over our poor brother.
You didn't get too close, did you?
No, but we had to find out who he was. That meant searching his apparel.
Who was he? Has he got any money? Because I'm thinking of applying for compensation.
No, he was just a poor sailor. He had a clean shirt, a few coins in his pocket. Oh, and this simple copper bracelet on his wrist. What? A sort of talisman, I suppose. If only he'd put his faith in the Lord, if only I'd spoken to him. For I saw an angel upon the roof holding a flaming sword.
And I saw the rider astride the pale horse.
Last night in the yard, I saw a fox kill 3 hens whilst the rooster crowed.
Don't you start, Grunge.
All this means we must turn our minds to higher things.
Oh, you mean the window?
I mean, we must make our peace with... Ah! I see him at yonder table.
Who?
He wears a black cloak with a cowl. In one hand he bears a scythe, with the other he casts a dice.
Yonder table?
Aye!
Which end?
What do you mean, which end? Can't you see he's off his religious rocker?
No, it's a vision. Not everyone can see them. You have to be receptive. I think I can see him. Tall fellow.
It is death. The man who sees him is marked.
No, I was wrong. It's a shadow.
I fear for my immortal soul, for I have sinned.
You, preacher?
Yes, I was rash and profligate in my youth. I gambled and fornicated. There, I've said it. I feel better. For they say confession is good for the soul. What have you, landlord? Have you sinned?
Well, I have kept the change back a few times and put the slops back in the barrel, but that's all.
I always said that mind was off.
But I'm ashamed and truly penitent.
And what of you, my son? You look thoughtful, and yet I see nothing but innocence in that youthful face. Surely you've nothing terrible to confess.
No, nothing really. I've whored and I've gambled. I've had knowledge of a maid on the promise of matrimony. And I have attended the occasional pagan rite and drunk wine out of the odd skull, but apart from that, I've led a relatively blameless life.
Oh. And what of you, sir? You've grown silent?
I have been cruel.
No, sir.
Oh, yes, I have. I've evicted cripples on Christmas Eve. I've robbed the poor and starved the peasants, ruined tradesmen, cheated at cards. And in addition to all this, I've been particularly cruel to my loyal servant, Grunge, unjustly punishing him, answering his smile with a blow, hurling chamber pots at him when there was naught wrong. As God is my witness, I will never strike the poor fellow again. Oh, do you forgive me, Grunge?
I forgive you, sir. Right gladly.
And what of you, Grunge?
I've robbed my master. I've watered his wine, adulterated his food. I've sold the produce of his garden for profit, and I've called him a mean, poxy knave in the marketplace.
You swine!
No! We must forgive each other and we must atone.
Yes, atone. He must give me back my money before we turn him upside down and shake it out of him.
No! Atone not to man, but to God! I am the poorest here. 20 guineas is all I have in the world. Fetch the box, landlord. See, I give it all to the poor of the parish. For man brings nothing into this world and can surely take nothing out.
Grunge didn't bring anything in, but he's certainly taking a great deal out.
It means you can't take it with you, Father.
Then Grunge won't go.
On the contrary, no one knows if he's going to survive this night. Here's 50 guineas, preacher.
50 guineas, my God!
For the poor of the parish. And if you survive this night, preacher, there's another 50 hidden under the sundial in my master's garden.
Bless you, brother.
I often wonder why you spent so much time around that sundial.
40 guineas, preacher.
40 guineas!
It's all I have in the house, and I hope that God smiles upon me.
He will, brother.
40 guineas, that's 40, 50, and the 20. Now that's...
And you, son, have you dissipated all your wealth?
No, here's 25 guineas.
Bless you, my son.
Yes, God bless you. That's 50, 40, and the 20, and your 25, and the sundial.
And you, sir,
What?
have you nothing to give?
Oh, I'm a poor man. I have nothing but my debts and the clothes I stand up in.
Nothing in the lining, only sometimes I've heard you chink.
Chink! How dare you? I'm a ruined man. I've spent my life on expectations. And I've never been near so much money, oh, in years.
Then God will smile upon you, for he loves a poor man. Now let us make a solemn pact that whoever comes safe through this night shall see that this money goes to the poor of the parish to provide comfort and succor. I so swear.
I so swear.
36, 37.
Swear.
Now I'm tired and feel my time may be nigh. Give me your hand, landlord.
Oh, all this has given me quite an appetite. Grunge, go and see if there's any food left in the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
Roderick. It's a great deal of money.
Yes, Father.
There's his 20, Grunge's 50, and the 40, and your 25. That's 135 guineas. The fruits of a misspent life. Serve them right if we took it for ourselves.
But it's for the poor of the parish, Father.
But we are the poor of the parish, Roderick. Now, I suggest we go and find a ladder and get out of here as quickly as we can. What do you say?
I don't know. Even vile Vincent wouldn't stoop to this.
Well, hurry up. Make up your mind. I've got a date with a sundial.
What was that?
What?
I thought I heard the sound of dice. It's the Phantom Vision.
Oh, nonsense. He's just from the Abbey.
He has a scythe.
Well, he's probably been doing spot of gardening.
He's dicing.
Well, it's not Sunday. It's probably killing time.
Killing?
Let's look for the logical explanation first, Roderick. Roderick.
Greetings, Haggard.
Greetings, Father. Been doing a little scything?
No, a little reaping. Should we play?
What?
Roll the dice, Haggard. I feel gamesome.
Wait a minute. What are the stakes?
You are
What?
your life, Haggard.
Oh, well, could we have some money on it just to make it a little more interesting?
Oh, you'll find it interesting. Shake.
5. At 4. I win! I knew I should have had some money on it.
No, you lose.
But I shook a 5.
I know, but I win.
How?
I maketh the rules. Come with me, Haggard.
Now, look, wait a minute. Take the money instead. There's 135 guineas in there. It's all yours if you spare me.
135 guineas for a man's life, Haggard.
Rush! No, it's not enough. There's another 100 guineas in the lining of my coat. 235 guineas.
I suppose I could spare you for the time being. After all, you're not much of a catch.
Now, one moment. I didn't know Death took cash.
Oh, yes. It's IOUs we don't take. Till next time.
Now, hold, let me see your face.
Take care. Any man who sees the face of death sees his own fate.
Let me see.
Father, are you all right?
Oh, I diced with Death, Roderick.
Who won?
What do you mean, who won? I won. What does it look like? Well, that's not exactly true. I had to give them some money.
What's this?
Well, it's probably a receipt.
It is a receipt. Listen. Thanks for the loot, Haggard. Your humble servant, Vile Vincent. P.S. Death was played by Wicked Walter.
Curse us! We've been cheated, Roderick!
A miracle! A miracle! I hear that the sailor lives! He's been cured by the preacher!
A miracle, you booby! That was Vile Vincent and Wicked Walter, and they've taken all our money.
What? The money? My 50 guineas! We must stop them! Which way did they go?
I should think they're heading for a certain sundial branch.
A sundial!
We've been tricked, Roderick!
Never mind. We still have our lives, Father. We can stand under God's heaven and breathe the sweet air and hear the birdsong. For listen, 'tis morning and the lark has risen, and we are no longer outcasts. We can consort with our fellow man.
Sir Joshua Fowley goes outside and he demands satisfaction.
Unclean!